a very warm, welcome to all the participants and very good evening to everyone. It is a privilege and pleasure to welcome you all to our another edition of the Experts Connect webinar, which is powered by You Educate and Greenbridge MetaBooks. Before we begin another round of thank you for all the participants for taking out time today from their respective schedules. We are honored to have you all with us for this webinar. A quick round of introduction. My name is Rajat Kashyap, and I represent YouEducate Global Private Limited. YouEducate is a leading technology provider today, offering a suite of digital learning and teaching solutions. Some of our innovative digital products includes Catbook, which is a brand new format of interactive digital books, which are highly collaborative in nature and is powered by some of the state-of-the-art meta content. And there are multiple other advanced features within the Catbook itself. We've got another tech product by the name of CaseMac, which is a secured closed communication tool for all educational institutes. Apart from that, we've got a campus solution, which is an integrated platform, which comes with LMS that includes one of our patented feature, which is called Dynamic Timetable. And then we've got other products like additional learning programs and much, much more. And these solutions today are transforming the teaching and the learning experiences in the educational sector. YouEducate is also proud to partner with Greenbridge MetaBooks, which is a London-based publishing house dedicated to producing high-quality and learner-focused textbooks. These textbooks, sort of integrate research-based content and international pedagogical best practices with local knowledge systems and cultural traditions to develop a modern learning system that resonates deeply with the students. So without taking further time, I would like to hand over the stage to our group president, Ms. Rashmi Chari, to lead the webinar ahead.
Dear Rajat, a big thank you. Let me now formally welcome everyone. Namaskar and a very good afternoon. You all are welcome to this webinar on Smart Classrooms Enhancing Learning with AI and Technology. We are very happy that today we have with us an erudite panel of directors, principals from Bengaluru to share their insights and experiences on how to leverage AI and digital tools to enhance student learning. My friends, education is rapidly evolving and technology is actually reshaping the way students learn and interact with knowledge. Smart classrooms integrate AI-powered tools, digital platforms, and interactive technologies to create a dynamic and personalized learning environment. In this session of QA, we are going to, with the help of our school leaders, explore how smart classrooms differ from traditional ones, the benefits and also challenges of implementing AI and digital technology, and the strategies that our school leaders present here today have adopted to ensure successful integration of technology with the teaching and learning practices in their respective institutions. Dear all, I would also like to share with you that we wish to make this webinar an exciting and interactive experience for our teachers in the audience. To ensure the active participation of our teachers, we are introducing a fun Tech Champ teacher quiz, an engaging way to test your knowledge, whether you have been listening to our school leaders or not. The quiz will have 10 simple yes and no questions based on the webinar, and you'll have 10 minutes to complete it. The top scorers will be awarded the Tech Champ Teacher Certificate. At the end of the Catbook presentation, we will share the quiz link in the chat, and you will join the quiz and complete it within 10 minutes only. So the quiz is going to run live, so stay tuned, everyone. The winners will be announced immediately by Rajat, and the Tech Champ certificates will either be mailed to you or to your school principal. Now, without much ado, I'm going to call out Principal Dr. Rajdeep from St. Mira Public School and ask him our first question: what is a smart classroom and how does it differ from a traditional classroom? Dr. Rajdeep, kindly share your insights for 2 to 3 minutes with our group of people who all are present here today.
Yes, a very good evening to everyone. And for this or the inconvenience, because I couldn't come video live. Why in the sense my son has been hospitalized since from 3 days. Yet I'm at hospital itself here now. And I
Very
said to the
sorry to
teacher,
know that, and thank you for making it. Please be
yeah,
comfortable. Yeah.
that not me. Yeah, as per the topic, like the smart classrooms enhancing technology, like smart classrooms are very much useful as of nowadays. Because as the technology has been improvised more, wherein teacher interaction, more than teacher interaction, the smart class interactions will help the children to learn more. Because why the sense they connect to the like internet, whatever the things is there, and moreover where they can get exposures of live examples where they learn by themselves. So which helps them to learn, explore, and it will be more innovative methods to them. Because why in the sense, if a kid who is a very dull student, if we give a chance to him, as of now everyone knows that a small kid is very much familiar to use cell phones nowadays. So wherein the smart classrooms helps them to learn more things, which a teacher can't help the students, a slow learner to help, which will be more helping over here. And one more thing, what in the sense, like mobile devices, as every parent says, mobiles are like spoiling the students, but it's up to the parents how we utilize it. Whatever the things need to be given, if we gives that in the mobile also, like wherever they browse the things, we need to keep an eye, we need to guide them, like which to be learned and which not to be learned. Even there also they can have a smart class where if they are at their home also, they can learn continuously, they can learn. If as a traditional class, the teachers can't go to the home and they can't help it out, right? So
Thank
where
you
is
so much,
this?
sir. Yes, we totally
Yeah.
agree with your answer that smart classrooms actually enhance learning, and it depends upon the school how they
Yes.
create a smart classroom, what are the technologies that they integrate, and also parents play a very important role. I have a question on parents later, which one of our colleagues over here is going to answer. My friends, my next question goes to Mrs. Deepa Rani, Principal, BGS Public School. Dear ma'am, please tell us how can AI and digital tools personalize learning for students with different learning needs?
A very wonderful good evening to all the ladies and gentlemen and the great educators who have joined here for a very important topic. The need of the hour is AI and digital tools. I agree to what Mr. Raj was telling. Now, today, this AI has become a necessary evil. How you use a weapon to protect you or to destroy the enemy, it's all in your hands. But rather than speaking the negative, so I'm a tech savvy person and always inquisitive to learn new things. So and COVID is something that brought us all technologically together is what I do say. Let me tell a few of my learning experiences that has really enabled our children, the stakeholders, be it the educators or the parents. See, the first thing what I want to talk about is these adaptive learning platforms that we've been using since COVID. And also during our time pass kind of things. Few things what my girl loves to do is the Wordle, where the students learn new vocabulary or familiarizing with vocabularies, getting to know the spellings better. My girl has learned many languages now. She's 27, and all these fascinating tools have enabled her to become an English lecturer. She never wanted to become a teacher, but now she's enjoying it, and she's using these tools even for those college students to build up work with languages. The Duolingo app, now she is learning Japanese. She has completed a French. She informally started, now formally into this A-level French. And during the COVID times, when we all had to come and face each other through these laptops or mobiles or whatever electronic gadgets, it was very difficult to keep the crowd interactive. So there were many tools. It started with Mentimeter. Then we moved on to Nearpod. We moved on to Padlet. We moved on to Post-its. So we also went to that extent of
Kahoot.
Kahoot, yes. And imagine those assignments and all used to come as digitally. Now to download, print, each one was scattered across the globe. How to correct? So these tools that AI tools really enable, not only it started with annotations, then we all started using it for digital corrections, uploading it on our gradebook. Then next came the way was the LMS platform. The LMS platform want to update what the teacher is doing.
Padlet was so popular.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, and it made more and more innovations came of designing, adding colors to it, increasing the font. So beautiful. Overall, the next level came controlling. People were trying to misuse it. So have the control, let the host have the control of it. And today, this platform, thanks to COVID, the Zoom, the Google Meet, the Teams, the Go, and whatnot, many other kind of things that came in, it really helped.
Yeah.
So quickly into two more things, I'll take another minute. The ASC timetable is something that we all pondered a lot, because with the dynamic changes, the education industry, every now and then a timetable gets changed, be it substitution. It was too much to do for a teacher with manual things, part-timers coming in to specific times, zero period allotment, competitions. So we were using this ASC timetable both for our teacher allocation and also for substitution purposes.
Great.
And next thing is textually. Now, whenever you're all talking, it's very easy to quickly switch on my recorder and converting the speech to text and vice versa, so that I don't need to make time to manually write down the pointers. And whenever I'm conducting a meeting, we have various apps to make the minutes of the meeting. And let's just do a review quickly. The thing is out and I'm sharing it with my teammates. Textbooks nowadays, when sir was telling, Mr. Ajay was talking about is innovative interactive textbooks, that's what I was trying to listen. Nowadays, when I'm looking for new textbook, although we are assuring and ensuring that it is all NCERT aligned, competency based, all those things, teachers, somewhere the creativity is somewhere stopping the teachers, or just they're doing a copy paste from what they find in Google. So now how is those authenticity checked? So that check, and with these curriculum experts, when they're doing the textbook, what is in the author's mind that he wants to project is not understood by the teachers who are executing the classrooms.
Yes.
Now they are coming with innovations of giving those tech apps. You just scan the code, you get interactive test generators, you get apps, you get videos, you get so many other kinds of tools already. That's need of PR.
Thank you so much, Deepa. These
last
are
line, I'm ending.
Yes. Yeah.
This ends with all that gamification which is required in a classroom, but with equal balance of the eyes that children have to take care of, so that they don't obstruct the vision of the child.
Absolutely, that balance of hands-on experiential learning.
Yeah, you listen, switch off the video, listen to those things, audio storybooks, all those things is something is the need. So would wait to listen from you, educate, to understand what new things.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And my
Thank you
next
so much.
question goes to Dr. Gauri Prabha Prasad from Gurukul High School. Dear Gauri, ma'am, what are the key benefits of smart classrooms for both teachers and students?
Thank you, ma'am. I'm Gauri Prabha, principal of Gurukul High School. My mentor is sitting here, Usha ma'am, from where I became a principal. So good to see her.
But we have kept her in the end because we want to get all the pearls from her.
So I'm talking in front of her for the first time. So hoping I am not wrong anywhere. Okay, now I believe making a teacher smart in the classroom. The days are gone where you're doing routine work. You can't give idli sambar every day. Will the child eat? No. So you need to give him the platter. Probably make a chapati and pizza. Pizza with the chapati. That is the way a mother will present the food, so that the nutrition enters or is given to the child. Same is the teacher in the classroom. Children's attention span has gone so bad that is not more than 8 to 10 minutes is extreme for higher classes.
Yeah.
So then lower classes, keeping them in aligned to the classroom for a 40 minutes engaging class is a challenge for teachers. And AI is such tool. So nobody can replace a teacher, because AI at the end works on command given by a human being on how smartly she's going to use this in the classroom. So it actually empowers the teacher to be more effective, more relevant, and more engaging, so that the 40 minutes is completely utilized during that time. Okay, this is my first point for why AI in the classroom. It also increases the efficiency of the time, that 40 minutes, how effective, because nowadays, half of the school days are with the functions, celebrations, mandate things. So the actual learning period is getting down.
Yeah.
So at that time, whatever little period time we get, we can't waste it. And we have multiple level of learners, different type of learners. So we are trying to bring them on a common page. Absolutely. So your efficiency on how you will lead, get the unification in this diversification is a challenge with the teacher. So AI will help this.
Totally agree with you when you say that AI and other tools help us optimize
this planning,
efforts, economize the time.
Yes.
Out of little effort, we are getting
more results. That's what I'm coming. So even when you finish the classroom, have you reached the data analysis of whether I have reached to children, and if so, how many were able to take it, and what is the gap between what I could reach and what I could have reached? So where can I, because my further planning also depend on this data analysis. And data analysis, now teachers are just BA teachers. They're not, the economists or statisticians. So it's somebody, a tool which can help her and get the interpretation of what she has to analyze. So that I think AI can help. Absolutely. It also helps the improved decisions for the classroom. What type of learners what type of activities I have. So understanding children and taking decisions of what is right.
Differentiated instruction becomes actually becomes possible
in the classroom. So I feel, and curriculum planning, your lesson planning, which is becoming just a formality. Because I remember our days when we used to write lesson plans and keep it on principal's table. I myself have told my teachers, at least change the dates. The year has changed. Copy, but don't copy the dates also. So now, are we going to have those rote work, which is of really no use, where I have also not corrected those 100 copies of yours? So that work, which has to be actually done for a purpose, for a planning, it would have been much better and easy for a teacher, where it is not for the sake of doing.
Right. Thank you so much, Gauri. I will have to go to my next speaker, Dr. J. Bhuvneshwari, Director, Presidency School. Ma'am Bhuvneshwari is not feeling very well, so I have got a request that I should accommodate her first. But we totally resonate with all your answers, and very well put. Thank you so much. So my question now goes to Dr. J. Bhuvneshwari from Presidency School. Dear ma'am, please tell us, how can schools ensure teachers are well trained to effectively use AI-powered tools? So here you'll be talking to us about preparing teachers, how to train teachers. Over to you, ma'am.
Yes, good evening, everybody. Probably my voice is having a not very clear. Hope I am able to reach all of you in a very comfortable way. I'm sorry I'm not well, but still I'm given a word. I thought I must join. I'm taken off today. It's a very good question, ma'am. What I personally feel is that AI is going to be the future world, whether you like it or not. It is like that we all need to accept. It is like I keep talking about it. I'm a computer science student. And passed out in 2000, Y2K problem, everybody said that the entire data will be erased. Nothing happened. We continued after 2000, Y2K problem, everything went on well. It's now the change is that from the network era, we are going to get into the AI era. It's no more WhatsApp, no more other apps, which is AI is going to take over. It's not only in the educational industry, it is going to be huge in all the arena which is around us. Now, it's very important. The teacher is a centric stage, and she is going to transfer the education to her own class and the millions of students in future. So now how to train her? It's a good challenge, because theoretically AI cannot be learned. I personally feel you need to have a lot of practical tools which has been implemented in AI. What AI can do at present for the teachers? So the teachers need a continuous training, practical work for them to upskill themselves. It is definitely not possible to teachers to get into the classroom with the chalk and board method. Things are changing and it has to change. Probably in India, it may take some time later, but in other countries, it's much more faster in the Western countries. So now what I personally feel, we have adopted in 2019 only, before the COVID, our school worked with a Microsoft School and Showcase Award, which has been a testimonial during our transition during the pandemic. So that helped us, that Microsoft Award, using the Microsoft tools to use very effectively in the classroom. I'm talking about before the pandemic. Yeah. Now AI, it is going to customize. Now we are over 2024-25. We are the school which is a Microsoft Showcase Award in Bangalore. And how it is helping us? It is helping us with the tech. It is helping us with the quickness. It is helping us with the data-driven. Not only data-driven, it has helped us to understand the data. That is very important. Understanding and application of data is very important. Now, AI is going to customize your lesson plan so well. AI is going to give a good worksheet. But have you known that you need to vet it? Yes, definitely you need to vet it. Definitely your input is very, very important. As rightly spoken by the previous speakers, I also second it. AI cannot replace the teachers, but AI is going to be a tool which is going to help the teachers, not only in teaching arena, ma'am. It's right from the agriculture, everywhere AI is going to play a very important role. Now, right from the lesson plans to the worksheet and the data-driven, the data understanding, comprehension, learning, all this is AI going to help us. AI also going to help us about the understanding, as previous speaker rightly said, that we are having a differentiated of students. And AI is going to help us how to handle these students very effectively.
Yeah, ma'am, coming back to our topic about how to create that readiness in the teachers. I totally resonate with the points that have been put in by you. And I would also like to add that schools need to provide the teachers with some kind of facilities and opportunities that enable them to do it. You know?
I mentioned, ma'am, that we need to have a continuous training.
Yeah.
The training doesn't mean theoretical training. AI need the lab equipments and the lab technology, which is going
So
to help.
investment from the school side is very important. They have to be ready to invest in their teachers so that they see the results. We cannot really leave everything on the teachers that they should be able to manage. So that
the schools which is already established, they will find good to go.
Yes.
But the school which is and the tier 2 and tier 3, and probably they will find it. Yes.
And
they
investment in infrastructure, getting some interactive smart boards in the classrooms. This is the need of the hour. We cannot not have these the technology and hope to have smart classrooms. We need to have the tools, the digital tools and the technology in the classroom, I feel. Give teachers an opportunity to use them practically.
And training and development is very, very important. And when I say training, it is again, I'm getting back to the same coding, that it is not a theory and they need to have an exposure
totally agree with you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And we are really grateful that despite your poor health, you managed to make it. If it is all right, please do stay with us and watch the CAD book presentation. It'll be
sure. AI is very passionate. Sure, I will try to stay with all of you connected, and thanking each and every one of you. Lovely to connect with all of you. Thank you.
And now I go to our next principal, Mrs. Sukhada Dash from Broad Vision World School.
Hi, ma'am. Good evening.
Hello, ma'am. So, your question is, what challenges do schools face when implementing smart classroom technologies and how can they be addressed? So what are the challenges that schools, even though they want to do it, what are the challenges that they face?
Yeah, good evening, one and all present here. I'm really very much delighted to be the part of this discussion, this insightful discussion. And really what ma'am you asked, really nowadays it's a big challenge for each and every educational organization to implementing this AI, and the foremost challenge is the infrastructure. So let us just explore the challenges and also we will effective the strategies and to how to overcome from this, right? The first challenge, my point is that the high initial cost, as I told, the infrastructure is the big challenge for most of the schools. They are facing these kind of challenges. And the smart classroom, it is required to investment in on hardware and software, as well as the proper room also, like what kind of room we need, that proper room, and also other all materials which require to setting a proper smart classroom. And for that, many schools are struggling for the budget. And in this point, I can bring a solution that if the school can explore some kind of government fund, and the grants from the government, and even nowadays CSR funding also available for them, and the phased like implementation of the reduce the financial stresses.
And these equipments are also available on EMI, and bank loans are available.
Bank loan,
because funding and all is very abstract.
Yes, exactly ma'am. And the second point, I can say the challenge, that is resistance to change. So the teachers, parents, even the students, sometime they be like they will be hesitant to shift from the tradition method to technology driven learning. So here we can also bring the solution that conducting, as ma'am told before, like the regular training is required. It is not theoretical training only. It should be different kind of workshop. The different digital whoever the digital experts, they must come to the school, frequently visit, and they should provide the proper workshop to the students as well as the teachers, and hands-on session which will help to the educator and students adopt it gradually. It is not overnight work. So it will take time, ma'am, like 6 months, 3 months, or 1 year, like this. And the third challenge is technical issues and maintenance. That is very much, even we are also facing now.
Very valid, very valid.
Yes. So it is a very fact. So frequently the technical glitches and system failure and this outdated software, that is we have to always update our softwares. And it also always disturb this learning, particularly this digital learning. For that, I am telling what solution I brought for my campus. Like, the very much required of a very good IT support team who will always be available for us to support us, and the regular software update. My team always, I instruct them, they have to go through the softwares, and they have to update the software in a regular basis.
Absolutely.
And even the troubleshooting guides for the teachers, while they are taking the classes, they should not face any kind of troubles particularly during when they are teaching. And the fourth point is the digital divide accessibility. That is very, very important. This is also one kind of challenge nowadays. Every school, even if having good infrastructure, even if having good software, everything, but this is also they are facing the digital divide and the accessibility. So not only the student have the access to the smart device or high speed internet at home, most of the students having these things. So in that case, what we can do, we are providing them alternative like offline resources, which are it is low cost devices, and even internet support program, which
I'm so glad you mentioned this. I'm so glad you mentioned this.
And one more thing, ma'am, the last one is the cyber security and data privacy concern. That is very important.
We are actually addressing that in the later part of the program. Thank you so much, Mrs. Sukida Das.
Yes, ma'am. So these
very good inputs.
Yes, ma'am. I can just conclude it just because this cyber security is very much required. And ma'am, the school must have implement a strong cyber security policy. There is a policy. Even NEP also it has been.
We are going to discuss it a little later, ma'am. What are the safety protocols that the schools
that is what, ma'am.
I will come to it. Definitely.
Yes, ma'am. The goal is not just implementing the technology, but we have to ensure that it should enhance the learning and it should bring the benefit towards to all the stakeholders. Thank you, ma'am.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sukida ma'am. My next speaker is Miss Asha Narasimhan Iyengar from Devon Academy for Learning. Yes, dear Asha Narasimhan ma'am, your question is, you will have to unmute yourself. Your question is, what role does real-time data and analytics play in improving student learning outcome? Ma'am, this is a very, very crucial question. And actually, the entire benefit of AI integration lies in this. You are lucky to have got such a wonderful question. Over to you.
I'm very fortunate to be as a speaker in this particular event, what you are conducting. Very good evening for all of you, for all the great educators. I am also from the technical background. I teach computer applications and a part of AI and robotics from last year, which we have implemented in our school.
You're the right person to address this.
Yeah, more or less. Thank you for that. Real-time data and analytics play a crucial role in improving students' learning outcomes by providing us with immediate insights into students' progress. That is one, allowing them to identify the areas where the student is really struggling and unable to deliver the targeted interventions at that moment. Ultimately, enabling personalized learning experience using different strategies, and all these are on the live data analysis. The keynotes which I can share with you all people is that when to enhance the student learning, we can have early identification at risk students. What does it mean? By monitoring student performance in a real time through metrics like quiz. There are many AI tools for that, and engaging them with different kinds of rubric tools that are also available in AI, and have a note on assignment completions. We can quickly identify who are falling behind and provide them timely support to prevent further academic decline. And next, moving on further, personalized learning paths can be introduced, wherein the data analysis by customized and tailored individual student needs. You can have many AI, whatever is required for the particular school. You can integrate all these things, adjust to the difficulty level, the pace and the content based according to their age-appropriate contents we can have with real-time performances. It's very important, which is absolutely there in only AI tools. Next, the next important thing that I'm going to discuss is about the immediate feedback and the assignments that we get. Very good example is that Momentum's Exact Path is one of the AI tool which gives the real-time feedback on student performance with guided personalized learning paths. So you will be getting the understanding level of the particular student with interactive assignments wherein the teachers adapt the teaching approach during the lessons and clarify the areas where the students are not very clear with specialized AI teaching as well as smart classroom teaching, of course, with lots of practice. Adaptive learning technology is one thing that many of our speakers did speak about it. It's a dynamically adjustable technology which content and activities which are already integrated to that particular class depending upon the content level that need, and they are also going to record the student responses, providing them an engaging and a relevant learning experiences. For example, if I have to have a simulation in my physics lab, I can show them the operators that are needed and how it is going to be done, the procedure, everything on the board, on the AI board or on the tool which I am using, probably a smart board. The same thing can be conducted physically in the physics lab. The very important thing is when you do all these things, assignments and conducting the activities, you are giving them all different kinds of tools. Next, monitoring the student engagement is also very important. This real-time data track student engagement levels through metrics like how much time they have spent on that particular task, interaction with the learning materials they have taken, participation in the teamwork. These are the one which
the data is actually diagnostic, you can analyze it and you can learn so much from the data.
Yes. And the data can be predefined, or at that moment you can tell them that additional data can be added.
Absolutely.
The areas where the students might be disinterested.
Ma'am Asha, I'll have to thank you now. Great inputs. And I'm sure we are going to have much longer interactions again. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Welcome.
Wonderful. And my next speaker is Ms. Vinita Anil from Primus Public School. Vinita ma'am, hello, how are you doing?
I'm good, Rashmi ma'am. Thank you so much for having me here.
Ma'am, your question is, how can smart classrooms enhance student engagement and collaboration? Again, a very, very favorite question of mine. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. So I'll try to make it as short as possible because most of our co-panelists have already spoken in different ways about this.
Yeah.
But more so, I have pulled out my points from various educational research papers. So we can say that it is scientifically, diagnostically proven that these are the ways that we can definitely, and their points can go on. Right. So to have a comparison, if I have to say how it enhances, then definitely I'll have to look into the traditional or conventional method of teaching, right? Where it was definitely it's said to be one-way communication and teacher-centric. Now, my smart classrooms are making it different because with the involvement of technology, there is a shift from teacher-centric to student-centric. That itself enhances the position of children, which would definitely make learning more interesting and more joyful to them because we're giving them more importance, right? And then it is definitely not one-way communication. It is two-way, multi-way, and it is several. It is interactions from all directions. That is one. When I'm going into, again, a comparative study on my second point, it was definitely teachers always played the indoctrination role where the students were expected to passively, quietly sit at one fixed position, listen to the teacher, and just follow the textbook. Right now, that will not work with this new generation. We are expecting 21st century skills to be developed in our students, which should mean that we would have to allow them to explore the whole process of teaching and learning, for which, again, the teacher has to do a continuous learning process. So I cannot say I've become a teacher or I've become a principal or head of school and my learning stops, right? So again, the smart classroom, the way the content delivery is done, that itself makes it a little challenging for the teachers because the teachers have to be well prepared. When compared to the traditional mode of teaching where I had my textbook content, I was for years together, I'm preparing on that. I had my ready-made notes. I had my lesson plans, as one of our co-panelists was saying.
I'm in my comfort zone.
Yes, I'm in my comfort zone. I can just go deliver. Questions are never asked and never expected to be asked. Whereas now my students are hands-on, equal or much above me technologically, knowledge-wise. So my challenge as a teacher would mean that I have to enhance myself and get to the next level because my differential pedagogical strategies have to be in place, right? Because the response system is there in that smart classroom. There's a more interactive classroom that's happening through the various tools that my co-panelists have already mentioned, so I'm not repeating. So the learning is more interactive, and that itself itself becomes a joyful learning, right? So there is a purpose behind learning. Third point, if I'm telling you, is again that when we're talking about the kinds of learners, we all agree that in a class of 30, I definitely have 30 different kind of learners, or, or if I'm saying, yeah, different line, even in that I have mixed types of learners, not only audio, not only visual, and all kinesthetic. Now, how typically traditional mode of learning, learning process, it's
one
definitely
size fits all. Yeah.
one size, yes, it fits all. Now, if I'm going to say that, are my results going to prove it? Am I really doing justice? Am I doing an equitable dissemination of education? Definitely not. So if I'm doing justice to the education system, I, as an educator, I must make sure that I am well equipped in terms of my classroom. So the teaching learning process by integrating interactive multimedia technologies, interactive whiteboards. So I cannot say I'm from the old school and say that I'm sorry, I have a problem with technology. I'll have to move faster and run faster than my children to make sure that I'm ready for my next day's class, right? Point 4, if I'm saying the traditional method of teaching restricts the students from expressing their thoughts and ideas, right? Because we said typically sit and listen to the teacher. The teacher is the ultimate, and there's never a say. Whereas in a smart classroom, we are making sure that the children are exposed to lots of hands-on experience, and that itself exposes them to a lot of information, a lot of knowledge. Now, this adds on to their motivation. They become more collaborative, and because the various tools are helping them further with the features, now their critical thinking, creativity, and individualized self-paced learning is happening there for the children. So that would mean my teachers again have to be on their feet.
Vinita, I can go on and on listening to you. I'm loving it, but I have to.
I have just one last point, which I'll just wind up. I'll just have one last point, which is a complete capsule of this whole thing. So the traditional method, definitely, as I said, requires the teacher and the student to accept and just go on with the information technology and the developments that happen with it. So learning is a continuous process for both the teacher and the students, and then that makes a learning environment very joyful.
And you know what is actually gladdening my heart today is that we are seeing this lifelong learning in the school heads. You know, earlier, maybe 10 years back, we would all the orders would come from the top, but they would never be implemented on the top. You know,
absolutely.
So now we have a group of principals over here, and in our past webinars also we have seen principals themselves are technologically savvy. So that makes all the difference. If you know what you're talking about, you're able to convince others to make a change, even if the lot of teachers that you have are old and aging, but if they see you doing it, they will also do it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And with this, I go on to my next speaker, Mr. Sanjeev Joseph from Florence Academy. How are you, sir? We had a word today morning also. My question to you is, what essential safety protocols should students follow when in a tech-enabled environment, and how can schools enforce these protocols? Very, very important question coming your way.
Good evening, everyone. Congratulations to EU Educate for this program, and greetings to all educators. I would like to start with a simple on a lighter note. Once a person asked someone to close the window for technical troubleshooting, the person went and closed all the window and came back, and then this started. He said it's still not working. So coming to your question, we have got very simple points. The students should have cybersecurity awareness, that they should not share personal information online. Second is safe internet use. Do not open suspicious links or download unknown files. Third will be appropriate online behavior. Do not send mean messages or engage in cyberbullying. Screen time management. Take regular breaks to avoid eye strain and fatigue. Follow 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. Reporting the issue is very important. If you have anything which is suspicious, please report to the IT staff or teacher. From the school side, which we can take the following protocols: internet filters and firewalls, block harmful websites and restrict unsafe content. Digital literacy program, educate students on safe online practices. Monitoring and supervision, please monitor the online activities of the children. And the last is clear guidelines and policies. Establish strict rules and consequences for online misconduct. Thank you. Have a nice day.
So much, Sanjeev ji. One of the principal earlier also said that the schools must have a cybersecurity policy. But these things have to be put in place, and then everybody has to be made aware of that too for enforcement or implementation. Thank you so much. I'm coming to Ms. Usha Iyer from the Green School, Bengaluru. Dear Usha ji, how can smart classrooms prepare students for future careers in a tech-driven world?
First of all, thank you very much for inviting me. I hope I'm very clear and audible. And the fellow educationists, they talked beautiful points, valid points. I think this is the most in thing that's happening is AI taking over everything. And we're also getting addicted to AI. That's the truth. Yes, so smart classrooms are very good because it's equipped with advanced technologies, as we all know, such as interactive whiteboards. Everybody talked about the digital boards, all that stuff. But I think that students are getting exposed to a lot of things, which is a tech-driven world, as you said. By integrating technology into the learning environment, these classrooms foster critical skills. And we talk about the 3 C's that's being taken care of because of AI. Now, the question which was posed to me is, what are the various career options which the students are going to take up because of the exposure of the tech-driven this thing, right? There's a question to me. So firstly, the smart classrooms, it promotes digital literacy, as we all know about it. So such proficiency is vital as most professions now require sophisticated understanding of digital tools. I think you all do agree with this. So furthermore, interactive learning experiences encourage students to engage collaboratively and enhancing their communication and teamwork skills. And this is very important for any leadership positions, what they're going to take up. And smart classrooms often incorporate project-based learning, allowing students to tackle the real-life problems using technology. And they prepare the students for the complexity of the modern work environments, which are going to face in offices. So this is what is happening now because of the NEP as well, because they're talking about internships for these students. By simulating dynamic, tech-driven and tech-centric scenarios, educators can better equip learners with the adaptability needed to thrive in an ever-evolving career landscape. So let's evaluate that what are the various career landscape are we talking about? So because of the access to advanced technology, they have a very strong foundation for these students. And there's a huge demand for this tech-driven and tech data which they are exposed to. And that is why they can get better jobs. So these tools, actually, I have known one person who is AI actually trained online, and she's earning about 4 lakh per month. So this is kind of a thing like the perks and the kind of the, their salaries are going to be very, very huge if you know about the AI tools and technology. And they become very comfortable also using this because the students, younger students, I mean, they are like, if you don't adopt technology, the technology will adapt you. That's a kind of a thing. Absolutely. So collaborative learning is what they're doing in the class. So what is the career option which the students can have? They can have cloud-based platforms and collaborative softwares are there for students. So they can work together on projects, mirroring the teamwork-centric environments. And this is very important for the tech industries. So the cloud-based, any kind of cloud-based, companies can hire them. And it can develop also critical thinking and problem-solving skills in them. And that is, again, interactive technologies and education software challenge students to think critically and solve problems very creatively. Absolutely. So these skills are also very important because if you have to get very innovative jobs, which is there, AI-driven job, which is there. And we talked about personalized learning sometime back, right? Because somebody was talking about personalized learning. The smart classrooms enables personalized learning. So these systems can adjust to individual learning speeds. And so what happens is the different styles that students are actually using in the classrooms, this can actually also will give them a different career aspirations which they can do. Absolutely. Because one child will have a different kind. Yes. Yeah. One child will have a different kind of aspiration. Other child will have a different kind of aspiration. And as this tools what we're using in the classroom is mapped to the pace of the child. And so we'll know exactly what the child wants to do. So the other person was just talking the last about cybersecurity. That's another career options which we can give it to the children. And
I also feel that working with tech and learning with tech makes you more inclusive in your outlook.
Yes, absolutely.
And it also makes you adaptive. You learn to adapt to different scenarios. Today, one technology, one new software is coming, then another is coming. You are all the time, you are having a growth mindset and you're in a learning cycle all the time.
Absolutely. Because see what
this
happens.
This is what is required. From 10 years from now, when these kids will go and have careers, their mindset is going to be like that.
We never thought about so many years back that we are going to have coding and STEAM and this kind of a job which will be available in the market. So that is the kind of career options now. Plethora of career options which is available now in the market as far as AI is concerned. And I think it's a better paying jobs.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm going back to Dr. Padma. Navneet, Padma, are you okay with your tech now?
Yes, I'm okay.
Over to you.
Thank
Shall
you.
I repeat the question?
Yeah, once.
What cost-effective strategies can schools adopt to integrate smart classroom technology?
It's a wider, it's a bone or bane, like, every institution, every organization, or every company is depending upon the AI right now. The strategy says, like, around 67,000 or in the world, they're accompanied, with these devices with various. But very happy to see the note with in the country, in our world, United States have taken the first place, utilizing 70% of this AI. And we Indians, India is in the fourth place, which is utilizing 25%. It means that we are ahead. But in the institution, when we look at, it's not a easy task for all the institutions to have this digitalized one. But after COVID, now 99% schools have been implemented with AI, with the smart boards. But here, I feel like every educational institution can utilize open source and free sources of it, like, for example, Google Classrooms. Now recently it's been, from a few of the companies are just providing the opportunity, which is like, free links, like Khan Academy, Coursera, National Digital Learning of India. These are providing, I think institutions can utilize
it. A lot of open educational resources are available.
Yes.
We should know and tap those. Yes.
Yes, it has to be educated. We need such education.
For us. Yeah.
Yes. At the same time, I also feel like, reuse of existing devices. Like we can convert our old computers into digital learning tools, which helps. And at the same time, I don't know whether it may be right or wrong, but students also can use their smartphones for interactive sessions in the school. Because smart boards, certain times, if it is really costing for the schools, they can, because students are utilizing the mobiles once they reach home. So those devices can be used at the same time to interact, integrated with smart classroom technology, which is really a low cost effect. And also I feel like choosing the energy efficient equipment, which are regular maintenance. Combining, I feel like, in the future, my opinion is like solar energy also can be integrated with this AI technology, where educational institution can reduce their dependency on traditional classrooms. Because this solar energy is also going to help a lot with having a low cost of.
And I totally agree when you said mobile phones. We need not buy our kids, each and every child at home, a laptop of his own. These mobile phones are mini computers. They can definitely be used. The parents' mobile phone, maybe an iPhone, can be utilized, and all those features are there. We should also think about how much digital waste we are creating, and we should be a little conservative in our outlook in, procuring too much of tech gadgets because of the kind of waste that they create. Padma, have we lost you? I will thank you, and then I am going to move on to my next speaker, Dr. Sunita Khanapure from Christ International School.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Your question, ma'am, is how will parents be informed and involved in transition to smart classrooms? How will parents be informed and involved in transition to smart classrooms?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the question. And it's an amazing session, awesome speakers. And since I'm from non-technical background, it's a big task for me to learn every bit. And I take help from my students. I don't shy away. So in that way, I have come a long way in a technical support. And listening to all the speakers, it comes to my mind that balancing benefits between digital learning and hands-on experience, where parents need to be educated. So the teaching learning process becomes a holistic development for the child. Then pooling in the resources globally and connecting the students globally. So parents should be made aware that this is the need of the hour, and then we need to take up the challenge, educating the parents. Then maintaining secure digital learning environment is also very crucial. Next point is collaborative learning fosters enable personalized pace of learning. So the parents can be informed that yes, your child is not ready, but definitely the child will reach. The gamification in all the areas it has now taken up. So we do have a small group of students where 10th standard passed out. and we have given them a career guidance to work part-time using the AI tools. So we called Mr. I think Nagesh Yadav, our AI expert from Volvo, a company, to educate a student where they can earn money by using the apps, create apps. So that is how the parents can be guided.
Absolutely.
So I'm very short. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Very pertinent answer. And so many parents themselves are into technology. That is, their area of work. Those parents can also be involved. During the parent PTMs, the schools can have a session going on where the parents can be showcased the latest technologies that the schools have brought in and talk about them. So these all initiatives can be taken. Sunita ma'am, thank you so much. And with this, I come to my last speaker before we present to you the catbook. So, Miss Purnima L from Harsha International School. Ma'am, are you there? Yes, I can see Purnima.
Yeah,
Purnima,
ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah,
Your question is, what advice would you give to other school leaders looking to transition from traditional to smart classrooms?
Yeah, good evening, Rashmi ma'am, and all the educators. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Ma'am, first thing, we can't change everything at once, actually. Start with like pilot classrooms or specific subjects learning. Then we have to evaluate our technology first. Whatever we have, like internet device or electrical plan for necessary upgrades, everything and all. And main thing is budget, ma'am, actually. So budget, because it will cost more than 1.5 lakh or 2 lakhs. We have to see to the budget also. And ongoing trainings must and should be happening in the school for children as well as our teachers. And teachers training also we need. From teachers, they have to keep all their lesson plans or recorded or whatever it is there. And professional development, we need more, ma'am. Comprehensive training for the teachers using the new technology, integrating it will be effectively into their pedagogy. This is it's not advice, actually, it's my suggestion, actually. And involve the teachers in the planning and implementation of their progresses. And it will be colorful classroom as well as less absentees will be there. My view of points, actually. The students will love and enjoy the classroom. And of course, the high quality engaging digital we need, actually. And encourage teachers to use the technology, creating interactive lesson plans.
And Purnima ma'am, the leader has to lead from the front. The principal must learn all the tools and technology that she or he wishes to implement in the school.
Yes, ma'am.
I strongly believe in that.
Yes, ma'am. And we need to inform the parents also about our benefits of the smart board classroom, how they can support their children learning at home as well as communication.
Yes.
So this is
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we are going to showcase to you a wonderful digital book that has been created by our organization. You'll be so happy to know that Ministry of Education was so happy to see the functionality of catbook that we have entered into an understanding with NCERT, our National Apex Body for Curriculum Development, and all the new textbooks being created by NCERT are being converted to catbook and showcased on the Diksha panel. Currently, 10 books of class 1 and 2 have been done. We are in the process of converting the class 3 books, and eventually all others as the books will come in. So I'm going to hand over to my colleague, Shri Sita Ramachandra, to showcase to you the catbook, which is an AI-enabled digital textbook. Over to you, Sita Ramaji.
Thank you, madam, and good evening, everybody. And it's absolutely a pleasure to hear the beautiful facets of the same topic. And thank you, madam, for giving the opportunity to present before the august audience. So as Rashmi madam has already told and Rajat has already put it in the initial comments, we have come up with some solution called EdUcate, which is, we call it as end-to-end solution for digital education. So it has got 3 parts in it. One is the campus, which talks about the data management of the entire campus and connecting all the different campuses which you have in your chain of schools. That's a part 1. And it connects the students, teachers, parents to the CAD book. The CAD book, we call it as collaborative advanced digital textbook. And it has got all the features what our panel educators have told that it should be AI integrated, it should be technologically advanced, and you should give everything what student wants to need to know. And also you should have a parental overview of what the student is doing. All these things have been embedded into one CAD book that you will love to see that. And the third piece is the closed communication for the entire educational institution, which is completely managed by the educational institution itself. And I say that now they need not depend on WhatsApp, they need not depend on any SMS. They can have their own branded communication with the parents, teachers, and of course, non-teaching staff also. So with all this, with a little introduction of all the three pieces, I am just trying to get to the main one. I do not take much of your time. I may take 10 to 12 minutes of your time. Please bear with me. And of course, I am there. Host to disable the participant screen sharing. I request the host to allow me to screen share. Ajay or Rajat, or please allow me to share my screen. I am not. Yeah.
We have given the permission.
Yes.
We couldn't hear you, Mr. Sitaram Chandraji. We couldn't hear you because your voice was echoing and it was not very clear.
Oh, it's it. Okay.
Yeah.
So how is that now?
I think you should remove your headphones and you should earphones and speak.
Directly?
Correct. Yeah, you'll much clearer.
This is better now. That is
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, yes, much better.
Much better? Okay.
Yes, perfect.
I am just going to my screen quickly.
Earlier, the sound was coming like a mumble. Now it is clear.
Is it clear? Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for that. And let me quickly share my
Thanks
screen.
to Usha ji. She's the one who pointed out.
I'm hearing everybody who's speaking.
So are you able to hear me now? Now.
Yes,
I'm
clear.
just sharing my screen also.
Just keep the volume high.
Okay. My volume is high only. Mic is absolutely good. And are you able to hear? Now is it clear? Thank you.
Yes.
So basically, once the student comes into the fold of once he has been given the credentials, he logs into the
If your
system.
phone is also switched on, switch off the phone, Mr. Sitaramji.
Phone is not there, madam, with me.
I know it's echoing from somewhere. Somebody's nearby you.
I'm not very sure.
Yeah. I think that's why the voice is cracking.
Okay. Voice is cracking. How is my voice now? I'm just putting off my video so that
it is clear now. To me, at least it's clear. Usha, could it be a problem at your end?
It's clear.
Yeah, it's
clear now.
Thank you, madam, for confirming it, because I want that to be ensured initially.
Sitaramji, you can put on your video.
Okay. Fine, madam. I'm just putting on my video also. Okay. So this is how the student gets the interface, and the whole data is managed by, as I told you, by the campus. So this whole thing can be customized as per the institution's requirement. That's part one. And the second part is that we have got a dynamic timetable, which is also referred by Rajat Kashyap. So basically here, we are calling it as dynamic because the students can, first point is that they know what's going to be covered on any particular session, and they can get into that with one single click, and so that they can do a flip read and can come to the class. So the whole teaching and learning is not single-sided, as one of our the participants have said. It is more like a discussion, and it is more like a conversation between two persons. So it's not a single-sided. So that becomes possible with the flip read. That is possible with knowing what's going to be covered on any particular session. That's part one. The second part is that by clicking the video sign over here, simply you can get into the online session, provided the teacher opens the online session. So this provides the enormous possibilities of institution not missing any of the planned activity, whether it rains or shines or transport issue or a political issue, whatever it may be. Teacher can start the class from her home, and students can get into the online class from their houses. So that's the beauty of the whole thing. And that is what the dynamic timetable is talking about. I'm getting back into my general things. So these are the other information which is completely integrated into the school's ERP. If school doesn't have the ERP, we provide the ERP. That we are calling it as education institution management software, which can link, say, let us say I got a chain of a school of 10 units, 10 campuses are there. All the 10 can be connected to this, and a director sitting in one place in the head office, he can get into one particular campus, one particular class, one particular session, section and one particular subject, one particular student to find out the progress of the student. So that kind of completely linked MIS has been provided to the top management. So, and I am not getting into the details of all these things, and these are all the required information for the school, for the student. Similarly, the teacher will have their information, and director or maybe the top person executive of the school will have their own interface. So now I'm getting into the CAD book. So this can be used equally by the teacher and also by the student. So the best part of the whole thing will 100% benefit will come when the teacher and also the student makes use of the accessibility. So now we have provided multiple delivery options where some of our panelists, they have said that large infra cost. Actually, we have come up with a beautiful solution. We have already tied up with top grade panel and tablet providers. So for any school, if they think that infra is the question for digitalizing their system or investment into every class one panel, interactive panel. So we have made the life very, very easy and without feeling the pinch of any outgo of the cash on the first year or whatever it is. So we have made it very easy. And of course, we can talk in a later stage, but we have a solution for making the totally undigitized school into completely into the digital mode with the CAD books with a world-class content. So I am not dealing with the details now, but we have that. So the student is getting into the CAD book. So by clicking that, so all the, if you have seen it in the previous session, previous screen, you have all the titles or all the books for which the access has been given. This is how my CAD books look like. So what's the difference between the CAD book and the normal PDF book that is being given by the publisher generally is that we have enhanced the whole thing to make it the learning as well as the teaching very, very effortless thing. How did we do that? I'll quickly tell you. Here, if you see the title and Tamil Nadu State Board, where the examining board, English medium, 12th class, Biobotany 2023. Here is my index. So index is then 5 chapters are there. Again, see chapter, you got a number over here. This denotes the book covered report by the student. So this is visible to student, teacher, and also the parents. So when I say that, parents have a complete vision of the day-to-day progress of the student. So what he's doing with that CAD book. So they know every day what the student is doing, and also they can enter into the discussions if they warrant it, if they require it. So here, if you see, there are multiple details are there. I'm not getting to the details because the number of sessions he has covered and number of videos he has seen, number of explanation videos he has seen, concept videos he has seen, notes made, bookmarks made, highlights made, all these activities the student can do. And these are all available for each of these units as well as for each of the sessions. So now if you see, each unit is mapped to multiple sessions. Basically, a session consists of the content that can be covered by the teacher in that particular typical period of 40 to 45 minutes. So if I click it, again, each session also there is a number. This number gives me details of the analytics. And I'm just clicking the one session, first session of my biobotany book to open the book. And then once it's open, so once it's open, then we will see. The small delay is there. So let me just quickly, yeah, it has come. So basically my navigation is scrolling down and scrolling it up. So what's the difference between the normal PDF book and our book, CAD book, is that we have identified all the, I'm just clicking the chapter 1. So we have identified all the keywords of the session, and then we have provided the additional content. So this reproduction is one such keyword. So when I click this, it gives me the content on the left-hand side panel. Basically, the teachers will do all this preparation and they come prepared for the class. So it will take a time of, say, the good time to prepare for one class. But now we have made that easy because we have provided all the keywords identified and also provided the additional content in the form of text, videos, and then images. This is how all the subjects have been provided with the sessions, and in each session, we have identified the keywords and additional content. Then we have embedded the concept videos within the CAD book. I'm not getting into the player mode. What its embedding means is that the student cannot get into the browser or into the YouTube directly from the CAD book because it is embedded within the CAD book. This has been done. This work has been done by the subject matter experts who knows that this is the particular concept that is required and this has been sliced to the particular session. and that has been provided. That is the concept videos embedded within the book itself. So this can be played in a bigger mode and a smaller mode also. And then we have also got the, madam, you are muted.
Yeah, Sitaramaji, please show how concept video and book can be side by side. That is the most beautiful thing.
Yes. So basically now, normally what happens is when I see at the concept video, it completely take me away from the normal textbook and it gives me the complete vision of the concept video. But here we have provided an option to play it in a left side panel so that on the right side panel, I can see the textbook.
There are two modes of reproduction in plants.
I can see
Sexual
this like
reproduction
this.
and asexual reproduction.
So when I do this, the beauty of the whole thing is that the student or the teacher need not again recollect and link to the text. So everything is happening here. I'm able to here see the video, and at the same time, I'm also able to scroll down the textbook. So that's the beauty of the concept video embedded within the textbook. Exactly in the similar fashion, we also have the explanation video also available embedded within the textbook, CAD book. So this, I'm just playing it for you. Here we have what? Here is the text video that is provided by the Tamil Nadu State Board that has been embedded over here, and it's being played from where I have stopped it. That means to say that I can play any number of times, stop it at any point, and again restart from the same point. So that enables the teacher or the student to get to the right point. So this is, again, I can play it like this. I can see the text, also the video. I'm not getting into the details of it because of for the benefit of time. So I also can have any number of images to make the student understand, because normally in the normal textbook or the PDF version, I have 1 or 2 images. Here I can have 5, 10, 20, whatever is required to make the student understand and they exactly get what I want, what the teacher wants to tell. We can have any number of images over here. That is one beauty of this. So these are the 4 concept, 4 content enhancement things which we have done it. That is all the 4. And now when the student goes back home and studies, open the book, and he gets into a lot of doubts, that's where actually requires support. But unfortunately, the teacher will not be available. Parents will not be in a position to do that. So we have provided them. See, whenever there is a word he encounters which he doesn't know, immediately he has an option of this menu. He can make a notes on this if it is important. He can make a highlight of this if it is important. He can hyperlink and connect it to any part of the book. He can ask for the clarification from the teacher directly by clicking this. Simply, I'm clicking this, and whatever I've highlighted has come here. So I can put my question over here and post it here. Once I post it, it gets added to the all number of questions over here, and teacher gets a notification. Teacher will reply it depending on his or her time. Once it is clarified, everything is visible here. So I'm just clicking this, and you can see the teacher's answer with an image, link, or whatever, PPT or whatever it is. So the beauty of the whole clarification is that whatever the student asks, the other students can see and supplement it with a different question.
Sitaramaji, this one particular feature, it actually makes the online class as real as a proper classroom, where the teacher and the learners are able to interact. And what I feel is it is even better than a physical classroom, because here every child is heard. In a class of 40, the teacher can hardly pay attention to 10 or 15, but here, if 40 children ask a question, the teacher will respond to all the 40 of them, which is a great, great feature. Absolutely. And added advantage of the peers also, adding their bit to that question. This really makes the CAT book so interactive. And peer learning is also happening. Over to you.
Absolutely, madam. Thank you very much for your inputs. You have just made my job easier. So it also has got multiple other things, like it gives the number of questions per the topic. So if more questions are there from the students, it is imperative of the teacher that they should go to the particular topic and clear it off. And one more thing, beauty is that the teacher's answers, they're all visible to the head of the department or the principal. So they also know that if there are many pending answers or pending questions are there, definitely they can ask me. Here also,
Sitaramaji, please showcase the translation and the audio to text, text to audio, all AI features, because our theme today was about AI. So I'm very excited to showcase it to our guests.
Yeah. So now we have the provision of translating the particular word or particular para or the entire book also I can translate. Let us suppose my mother tongue is Kannada, so I'm just converting the whole thing into Kannada. So as a student, once I study the book or read the book in my language, and it is absolutely, it will help me. And then I can convert that into any language, where I require to do, right? It is taking a little time, but it has done. Yeah. So basically it is talking about the whole thing is converted into Kannada. So even the additional content is also translated into Kannada. That's the beauty of the whole thing. That means to say that entire book is converted to my mother tongue. So as a student, I feel very, very, very absolutely
very
joyous to read
comfortable.
it. Yeah,
Yes,
comfortable.
that I can read it in my own mother tongue. You know, most of our students are non-native speakers of English. English is not their mother tongue. So when they get to read even the technical, very complicated content in their mother tongue, nothing can be better than that.
Absolutely, madam. Absolutely. So finally, once I understand it, I can put it into any language, whatever is required. It may be correct, may not correct, but my understanding of the whole concept is very, very clear because I have read it in my mother tongue. And also it has got other features, but I quickly come to tell you. One just coming down.
You know, why I feel CATbook is so inclusive is because of the features of, audio to text and text to audio. Children with learning disabilities, for them,
Yes,
this
just
is
playing
so
it.
good. Yeah.
Features of all living things
I'm just playing it, madam, just so that they can see it.
reproduction. Reproduction is a vital process.
Basically, this is how the whole session can be heard as an audio, or maybe a specific para also can be heard as an audio, and it has got
And
multiple
audio can begin from any point. One need not listen to the whole lesson. Yeah.
Exactly.
Touch
So
to audio. Yes.
that is also is there. That's
Yeah.
also
And please show audio to text also.
audio to text. So this is basically, let us say I wanted to have highlighted this, and then I wanted to see the listen audio. Then I am putting it into my slower in mode. I'm just trying to.
One of the essential features of all living things on the earth is reproduction. Reproduction is a vital process for the existence of a species, and it also brings suitable changes through variation in the offsprings for their survival on Earth.
So it goes like that. So basically, the beauty of the whole thing is that whatever is being pronounced there is being highlighted here at the bottom of the screen also. That as a student, I feel very comforted because I'm able to learn the correct pronunciation out of this. So that's another beauty. And finally, there are 90% of the students, normally they are happy with whatever the teacher says and gives. And the other 10%, they wanted to explore more and learn more. For them, again, we have provided the beautiful facility of in the menu itself, we have provided search engine facility. All popular browsers have been provided. AI has been put here. ChatGPT, Gemini Pro, Perplexity, Llama 3, Mr. Large have been provided. Encyclopedia search, Wikipedia, Britannica, Gates, Scholaropedia, IQWiki has been provided. In the Translate, Microsoft and ReverseQ have been provided. The dictionary, Merriam, dictionary.com, word reference, your dictionary, and Shabdakosha have been provided. Why all these things have been provided is the student, again, need not go out into the browser and get lost into the web. So we have provided everything within the CATbook itself. So he can get everything, whatever he's looking for from the CATbook. So let's say quickly, I'm just putting it reproduction.
We are saving so much time by providing him everything there and then. Yes.
Just I'm looking for what ChatGPT is going to give. I've asked ChatGPT to give me. The assistant has given me this data. This is reproduction.
Sitharamaji, it is always recommended that the child should read from multiple sources, not just one. That broadens their understanding.
From here itself, I can see now. I wanted to see. I can, if I want to go for another AI model, I can go for, or if I want to see Wikipedia quickly on what the reproduction it is talking about. So everything that is also come here. So I'm able to see all required from different sources without even typing multiple times or accessing those applications separately on the browser. The whole process, I'm not at all losing any time here, simply because I'm able to put once, I've highlighted it, and I'm able to see all this information through all these search engines as well as the AI models that are available. So that's a very, very comes very handy.
You know, when the children have to go outside to access search engines and all, there is a chance that they get waylaid, you know, they get lost in the reels and other contents. But if the same facility is within the book, the child will come back to his textbook, and that back and forth will be academic only, you know, from the textbook to the search engine, from textbook to AI. So this is again a very, very good feature.
You're able to see here, these are all the highlighted things. So a student can make any notes on any word because he need not come out of the experience of the physical book. But the beauty of the CATbook is that he can access it from anywhere, web or maybe mobile or maybe from a digital tablet of Android or maybe of iOS. Anywhere he can access it. That's the beauty of the whole thing. And also you can connect with any of the other parts of the textbook by hyperlinking also, which I'm not getting into the details.
And at the end of every chapter, we have provided them the study material, synopsis, and then, of course, practice questions. See, these are all
self-assessment also you have. Yes.
Try again. Well done.
So these are all the little interactiveness also we have provided. Finally, he can also assess himself, his understanding of the whole thing by attending to multiple types of questions that have been provided at the end of every chapter. So let us suppose he is giving like this, so he can put any answer, but he is directed towards the right answer. He says that your answer is this, but right answer is this. That's how the child is hand held to the right answer, even the long answer question, short answer questions. So everywhere the child is guided to the right answer, the right way of putting the answer. So that's how the entire guidance is towards making the child absolutely be aware of what is to be done when such an answer question comes. So that's how it provides, and it's connected to the timer. He knows it, how much time is consuming, and total marks. He can have it multiple times as he can attempt it multiple times, so that every time he knows what's the progress he has made. So these are all the different features we have provided. And with this, I just want to take a little break because I have already overshot the time that has been provided to me. And Madam Rashmi, Madam, it's back to you.
Sitaramaji, thank you very much. My dear friends, we have already populated the teacher quiz. Please do access it and do the quiz. And Sitaramaji, if you can close the presentation, I'll go back to the principals, and or maybe you can let it remain over there. I would like to request the principals, if you have any query regarding CATbook, you are most welcome to ask your questions. We still have 10 minutes while our teachers are doing the quiz, and we would love to show some more features to you if you have a query. Ushaji, I can see you have switched on your camera, and
yeah, the features are really good. I was looking at all the features. It's really, really good. Yes.
Any feature particularly you would like to see, Sitaramaji would be very happy to showcase it to you again.
To go to detail about all the subjects and to find out like what it is, because this is a very short time, like we could understand.
Yes.
So probably we need to know.
We'll take an appointment. Sitaramaji will take an appointment.
Probably online, we can have a separate presentation on this.
Definitely.
Where I have also my coordinators and other people there.
Absolutely.
So what will happen is you'll get a better feedback.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And one vision or one screenshot that really gladdens my heart, Sitaramaji, can you go to the dashboard where you have all the CATbooks together?
Yes, please.
Yes. Ushaji, just have a look at it. All the textbooks, everything is there with the child in his CATbook. This contains the videos, this contains the audios, this contains the links, this contains his annotations, the clarifications that he has sought from the teachers, everything that the child would have otherwise scattered all around, maybe lose a book, nothing can be misplaced from here. This is like his own personal treasure trove, All his learning, all his textbooks are saved in one place along with his notes. And the beauty of it, which Ajayji always points out, is that CATbook actually is a personalized book, because the notes that you take are your own personal. They are not the general notes. Your teacher is saying something, you're watching a video, you are referring to ChatGPT, and you note down something. It is totally your own understanding. It helps you actually personalize your book. So it's a great learning resource.
Madam, can I add one point?
Sure, Ajayji, please.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who's speaking.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. See, actually, Shubh Sandhya to all lead panelists and Galu on the Somvara at 4-5 February, 6 hours.
Okay, wonderful. What did you say? You can say that in English also now.
Thanks to all the elite panelists on 21st of February today, and 24th of February today. I said it in Kannada, but I don't know how much right it was. But one thing I would like to say is most important about it is that today's topic is AI. We have developed an AI of AIs, that's super AI, where in multiple AIs we can also see what is the super AI which we have developed. That's a solution also, so that we will say what we can have the master of all the AIs with us also. Maybe Sitaram Chandran, you can throw some more light on that.
Yeah. So basically what Ajay is referring to is that, see, normally to get into one AI, I have to pay subscribe and make use of that. So if I want to do the two AIs, of course I have to subscribe for two and then use them. So now we have provided all the five as a part of the package itself. So I can completely compare what ChatGPT is saying and what Perplexity is saying or what the Llama 3 is saying. So
this makes
I
it so
can see
economical
it.
also. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And as a student, so it's a real gift to me. Similarly, for the teacher also, they can get into this AI mode, search mode, which is also available in the open mode. That means the open question also can be asked here by the teachers and they can get the answer and it will come very handy to explain to the students. That's what Ajay is telling.
I would add, I like to add to it, Sir Ramson. Last time, what Sir had told us, we are developing within this, we will be putting super AI that will be comparing all the AIs and the entire thing can be done in one.
Yes, that is also the pipeline. Actually, AI integration, what we have done currently is very small and a lot of things are in the pipeline in the sense that the teacher can generate the questions and the synopsis and summary from the selected text. That's part one. And depending on the questions either generated by the AI or also maybe taken from the question banks, teacher can separately give a different set of questions to each of these students or maybe separate groups of the students depending on the capacity of learning possible.
So I'm very happy to share with you all that our teachers are, some of them have completed the Tech Champ quiz and we are getting the results.
Absolutely.
Rajat, I would like you to be the bearer of the good news.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I think it's an overwhelming response that we have been getting, and the results keep coming in, as we are talking.
It's like general elections.
Well, so I'm gonna just keep announcing the names of some of our winners of the Tech Champ quiz. The first winner that we have is, and this is in no order, it is just in the order of how we've got the results. We've got the first one is Miss Nirupa from Devon Academy for Learning. So congratulations, madam, for winning the Tech Champ
Being
quiz.
one of the winners.
Sorry, one of the winners. Yes, she's one of the winners. And then we've got Miss Nivedita S from the Green School, Bangalore. Sorry. We've got Miss Pallavi from Broad Vision World School as one of the winners. Then we've got Miss Sunita from Christ International School, Bangalore, who's also a winner.
Thank you, sir.
Most welcome, ma'am. Thank you so much for participating in the quiz. We've got two more entries. We've got two more winners as we speak. We've got Miss Swati from Sri Krishna International School, Bangalore, and we've got Miss Rupashri from Skies. So congratulations to all our winners, and thank you so much for participating and taking your time to participate in this Tech Champ quiz.
Thank you, sir.
And we hand over to Ajay for the most pleasurable task of delivering the vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. On behalf of UEducate, Ajay would like to say basically are highly thankful to all the members, especially our president, other team members, Rajat, Kapil, and all the marketing team for making it possible. And we are highly thankful to all the teachers, panelists, and also the school teachers who joined us virtually, who made this event a wonderful event. I, from the core of my heart, want to say thanks to everybody. We are highly honored and thankful to all of you for making it a great event. Thanks a lot.